What's up, folks? It's Blaze Thompson back once again with Food Chart Fridays live at high noon. We're a little past high noon here, had a printer problem, but we're ready to rock. We teach the 1-2-3 balanced approach to fitness. We work through the basics with that number one day a week to plan and execute your nutrition. Number two, 2 days a week of strength training as a minimum to get results. And number three, 3 days a week of cardio. And here on Food Chart Fridays, we focus on number one, which is most important. It's number one for a reason. And I show you what's going on the ground with the clients I have here at the gym and what I see most frequently and some common fixes that are based in common sense. Because that's the approach that we use, the common sense approach to nutrition. It's based on my personal experience growing up a child of fitness who had a mother with a fitness television show, doing this as my job for 17 years, helping thousands of people now. Realistically, it has been thousands of people. I'll be 40 in a month. It's crazy. But with that being said, it always boils down to the basics. And I'm not a nutritionist. I do try to share from my personal experience. So if you have had to go see the doctor based on specific specifications by your doctor or a board certified nutritionist, I don't want to go against those, but I do want to give you my experience with what I do based on FDA guidelines. So first of all, what we look at is what's happening on the ground. And I'll tell you what, this month is May. We are past the push at the beginning of the year by a long shot, and the number of food charts I get in by this time of year is way less than what I get in the beginning of the year, right? Because willingness goes down. People get comfortable and they get back into that old pattern. I say it really takes at least 6 weeks of writing down everything you eat consistently for 6 weeks in a row to make a change that's going to last, right? And that's where I start. Write down the damn truth, number one. And once you write down the truth, it gives you an opportunity to look at what you're currently doing to stop bullshitting yourself and make a real change where the change needs to be made. We teach a basic system. Eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have protein-based snacks in between. Include lots of fruits and vegetables. And then be conscientious of when you make your high-calorie choices. Figure out who you are. What time of day do you like to eat? And make the rest of the day about utility and just getting it done. And that's where I've had hang-ups. This particular week, we've had lots of weigh-ins where people's weight has gone up, doing some emotional eating, not writing down their food. They've fallen off the wagon. They're still showing up for their exercise. They're getting their 2 and 3. But when you skip the number one, shit doesn't work out the way it's supposed to and you gain weight because it's number one for a reason. So I just want to give you an example food chart here. We're going to keep this name anonymous. I covered the name. This is a person who turns in food charts every week, no matter what. She's never missed. And she gained half a pound this week, right? And the truth is, the 3 people that turned in food charts to me out of the 65, 70 plus clients that I have come in regularly, the 3 that actually wrote their food charts down this week, each of them, one of them lost weight and 2 of them gained weight. At least they're willing to look at the truth. But the truth is, and she knows it, look at all the yellow marks on this sheet. She's missing left and right all the time. And the same thing was with another client that I had earlier this week, who I haven't even seen this week. And her complaint last week was, it's so boring. I don't want to do this. And look, here's the deal. I say this all the time. I don't make love to my food. I don't wake up and go, damn, I'm excited about hammering some spinach today. That's not how I get down. But I do get excited about my one meal a day. So looking at these charts, when I see a chart like this, I always try to find what is the number one most glaring weakness that she has. And for her, she's got a big yellow section here and a big yellow section there. She's missing her snacks, right? She's eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She's making decent choices there. But by missing her snacks, she's setting herself up to be starving late in the day. And then she's pounding wine and eating too much of the foods that she does eat at night. Even if it's healthy food, if it's too much, your ass ain't going to lose weight. So you have to put those protein-based snacks in across the day to balance your metabolism and feel full. Now look, this isn't the only way you lose weight. The real rule is you got to put in, or you got to put out more than you put in. But you try to find a measurable way that helps to create a lifestyle you can maintain. And that's why I've choose this, because it's what I use personally. Because I get hungry in about a 3-hour window, and it keeps me from craving shitty foods when I do that. And it's what I teach my clients. Get protein. It's the number one nutrient. That's the other thing. On this side of the sheet, we can see in the nutrients column, protein is highlighted all the way down the sheet. It's the only nutrient that you must eat at every single meal. And she's not. At snack time, she's not. And she's got a couple of breakfasts where she's just doing toast and berries a few times. 3 times across the sheet. Like, we know, this woman's been working with me for a long time. We know protein's number one. All right? So, a couple of things I want to point out. The beauty of the fact that she writes this down is she knows who she is. If she didn't write this down, she'd be off to the damn races and weigh way more than she does. She weighed in at 139. Okay, her ideal weight's probably more like 128 to 133. And really, I give folks a 5 to 8 pound window, especially women, right? But you can sweat out a pound of water like that. You can drink a glass of water and gain a pound like that. You can not take a shit and gain 1 or 2 pounds depending on what you're loading. So with that being said, the fact that she's willing to write this down and knows who she is gives me an opportunity to give her some little tweaks to get back on track. So is she going to get back on track? That's the question. And that's where we lead to our tool for the week. Because usually I tell people start with your breakfast, right? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It sets your metabolism up for the rest of the day. Grandma was right, okay? But she's eating breakfast, so for her it's her snacks. And that's number 2 that I normally find is if you got breakfast down, let's start working on your snacks. So today's topic is going to be about snacks. And we're going to get to it quickly. You know, I had her write down on the back of the sheet because I hear this often. Like people complain about it not being exciting. They eat the same thing. People who are successful with their diet generally eat the same thing. They just change the dressing. If they eat a chicken salad, they change a little bit of the poppy seed dressing to the vinaigrette. If they change their fruit portion with breakfast, they go from strawberries to an orange. They stick in that low-calorie column, though. They know they're going to have 2 eggs. They know they're going to make a little veggie omelet. They generally eat the same things each day. So I like for you to have your go-to moves, your big 3. And at snack time, I kind of wrote it by hand here for her. We chose her big 3 for her snacks as a woman would be a boiled egg. She needs at least 10 grams of protein. So boiled egg, because we say 60 grams of protein is a minimum in a day, that would be 10 grams per meal at breakfast, lunch, and dinner as a minimum. I'm not this maximal, you got to eat thousands of grams of protein guy. I say you got to get the minimum and you got to spread it across your day because protein helps you feel full and it builds your muscle, right? So we said boiled egg, 2-ounce portion of chicken or a Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, and pair that with a vegetable, either cucumber, green bean, or spinach, or pair that with a low-calorie fruit, apple, orange, or strawberries. Boom, she's raring to go. So what I have here is a tool I've used for a long time. It goes with snacks, but it really goes with all meals. This is the food chart worksheet. It's building your top 3 choices per group. This is a sheet I'm more than happy to email out to anybody and the viewers out there that want to check this out. We got breakfast, snacks, dinner, and lunch, and then a late night snack. And we just pick our top 3. You plug in the foods that you like for those meals, and then you have your go-to moves. And you can use this sheet as your grocery maker too, your grocery list maker, right? So at breakfast, I know my top 3 protein choices are going to be eggs, Greek yogurt, or turkey bacon. I know that my grain or calorie-dense option, fruit or vegetable, can fall in that category because I choose like bananas as calorie-dense options sometimes. But generally my breakfast grain is going to be 1 or 2 things if I choose to eat one of my carbs at breakfast. Sandwich, flat, or oatmeal. My vegetable options at breakfast are usually green peppers, onions, tomato, or spinach. And my fruit option at breakfast is berries, and that's really any berry. Strawberry, blueberry, blackberry. The correct portion size of berries is always low calories. Apple, which is like 45 to 60 calories depending on the size, or orange, same thing. And my healthy fat option at breakfast is avocado. Let's chop them up and stick them on that egg. So at snack time, my big 3 are chicken, tuna, or cottage cheese. I'll also include protein powder when I need to. If I'm going to do a carb there, it'd be brown rice, sweet potato, couscous. If I do a veggie, which usually my snacks are like chicken and broccoli, spinach, or celery. And I don't make love to the spinach. I literally reach my hand in the back and hammer it. Check my Insta. I put it in the story for the people. From there, same thing though. Guess what? Generally eat the same thing. At fruits, if I choose a fruit for snack, it's going to be berries, apple, or orange again. That's written down the sheet because I generally choose from those 3. All right, at lunch, my big 3 meats are going to be chicken, turkey burger, or salmon. Guess what? It's the same meats at dinner, chicken, turkey burger, salmon. That doesn't mean a brother doesn't eat steak. I love a ribeye. I know I get 2 misses a week, so 2 times a week I aim for some get nasty. I either do a deer meat burger or a steak, and I generally know I'm a dinner man, ladies. So I go out and eat something nice for dinner, or I cook something nice for dinner, and I usually include one of my 2 carbs a day because I'm trying to maintain my weight at dinner, and I make sure to get my healthy fat portions in consistently. And from there, I do that because I plan ahead. On the sheet here, I got avocado, almonds, I use walnuts, salmon as my top healthy fat options, and for those I only have 3 periods spread across the day on this side of the sheet because I don't have lots of healthy fat options. I use coconut oil as well. I need to update the sheet and add that. I put it in my coffee at breakfast. It makes it sweet. It also is an MCT, which means a medium chain triglyceride is going to get me using fat more efficiently. I like to start my day with that, all right? Do a little protein in there as well. And then my late night snack is either going to be some cottage cheese or some protein powder, and I do that with a touch of fruit. I'm very regimented, and I make this sheet. When I first created it, I'll have clients look at our list and choices within the columns of protein, fruit, and vegetable, and then the calorie-dense options, and then use this worksheet to pick their top 3 in each category. And it's a very easy way for you to create a grocery list to move forward. But failure to plan is planning to fail. I say it all the time. It consistently goes back to the basics. It's not rocket science. It's executing the basics and taking the emotion out of your food. And then you get to add the emotion back in at those meals that you savor, picking what your meal a day is. You know, if you're not a food person, this is an easy way to execute it, right? And if you are a food person, then you get to come up with creative ways to make these meals even more enticing, right? But it boils down to picking that one day a week to plan it on paper, executing it. And I like to post lots of content. Last week I showed you the fastest way to crack eggs. It actually helped a few people. I learned that from looking it up a couple of years ago. And then, boom, making sure you Tupperware it up and take it with you. Or when you're on the road, knocking out easy options. Because you can actually buy stuff on the road that's easy to execute that still falls in these categories, right? I can go to Wendy's and get a piece of grilled chicken, one of my top 3, and I can pair it with a little side salad, right? And hey, say no cheese on the salad, and boom, I've basically done my chicken and spinach for my snack. Or I can do a piece of grilled chicken from most fast food restaurants on the side with a potato. I have potato here, and I have vegetable salad, right? So I just begin to execute regardless and know for me tonight, dinner's going to be good, right? Because I'm crushing it throughout the day, making those correct decisions. And that's the way you get it done. All right. So with that, I'm always here to help. The goal of Food Chart Fridays is to answer your questions, is to bring some evidence to the table of what I see on the ground, to show you what real people are doing. This is not a lady who needs to lose tons of weight that we saw today. Because she knows she needs to be accountable. She had done these food charts for years now. She's been doing it for over a year with me consistently. And she brought her weight down. And now, whenever she gets outside of that window, she has the accountability to get back in if she's willing to do the work. And that's the cool thing about food charts as well. If you continue to write it down, eventually you either quit and really gain weight, or you get miserable enough to make a change.